bother the owner of the institution, who continued to exploit his only employee, as well as the young man named Shock. "No, uncle, I'm listening to you attentively," Shock kept insisting. "Are you sure you want to go to the Empire with me, Shock?" The man scratched his beard as he looked into his nephew's eyes, as if trying to find the answer to his question there. "It's a long journey," he continued. "We'll end up traversing the entire sea of sand. Our transport is simple. Camels and desert beasts at the stage of the awakening of power, no higher. We'll be gone for at least 3 years. This isn't some month-long jaunt in a caravan of nobles. I don't have the money to travel with nobles, uncle." "But your father does." The man shrugged his shoulders and called the waitress over with a gesture. The girl immediately went over to him, bracelets jangling on her bare ankles, and splashed some more fragrant tea into his bowl. After a moment, she moved on to the next table. The tables were wide and round, with short legs almost resting on the ground. There were no chairs, just cushions, and the ceiling was a round hole covered with dry branches and mats. Hot air would quickly leave the room through such a ceiling, making way for life-giving coolness. Hajar hadn't been able to get used to that for a long time, nor to the fact that during the several months of his journey to the border of the Sea of Sand, it hadn't rained at all. "He doesn't want me going to the Empire," Shock sighed, sipping at his bowl as if a fortified wine was splashing around inside it. "I can understand your father's reasons. My brother is wise." The young man's eyes flashed menacingly, and he flushed. "Your brother wants me to dig wells all my life, just like him." "Because you are the eldest son of the eldest brother." The man ignored the boy's outburst. "That is our tradition, Shock. Besides, where will you find a person richer than a good well-digger in the Sea of Sand? Everybody needs water, even the best practitioners." "What if I don't want to be a well-digger or a practitioner? Uncle, I could become a cultivator in the Empire. I could walk among the clouds and birds. I could see the world, meet people with different skin colors." "Look behind you." The man nodded toward Hajar, who pretended not to notice it. "You see, underneath our sun, the difference in skin color is rendered almost unnoticeable. The man from Lydus is almost like us now." Hajar had really gotten sunburned over the past few months. However, even that tan couldn't hide his origins from the locals. The quickness with which they'd identified him as being from Lydus was startling and sometimes scary. "Admit it, Shock. You just want to run away from your father, from your mother, from your sisters. You think that you will gain freedom in the Empire. But that's just not true. Even if you survive our journey through the Sea of Sand, Darnassus will destroy you. It's more or less an endless struggle there." "I'm strong, uncle." There was determination in Shock's eyes now. "Even without my father's support, I reached the formation stage by the age of 12. Now, at 17, I am the best practitioner in town, as you well know." The man nodded and placed his bowl on the table. "I know, Shock. No one in town can handle your technique. The foundation for your transformation of the mortal shell stage is as strong as the god's tooth." Hajar didn't understand the comparison with this god's tooth, but he decided that it had nothing to do with actual teeth. Thanks to Southwind and the neuronet, the young prince knew a fair number of languages, but that didn't mean he always had the context needed to use them properly. Still, just the fact that he could understand and speak the language of the Sea of Sand